Welcome. We have Magnolia Xen, who goes by Xen, with us. She is going to be joining us for the Spring Book Bash and at the end of April here in Greer, South Carolina at the Randall House. Welcome, Xen.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I am so excited for this event. We have a cross section of authors and genres and book titles, and share with us your books and what they're about.
Okay, so my first debut is a duology. It is the Alpha's Potential Mate, Book One,
Oh,
and then it is the Alpha Queen's Mate, Book Two. And it came out last year, April, and then July.
okay.
But I originally wrote it as one book. But then I thought, as a debut author, can you really get people to give you a chance on a 750-page book? So it's a paranormal wolf shifter romance.
Ooh,
The main female character is prophesized to be the first alpha female to be the ruler of all wolves, if she can
ooh,
live long enough to wear the crown.
oh.
So there's a bit of a mystery in there. She
Mm-hmm.
decides to go incognito to the three regional packs. And she figures, let me go, I'll visit them, they'll meet me, the regional alphas, and maybe by the time I get to the reveal, they won't want, they'll be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, along her journey, somebody is trying to unalive her, and she doesn't know who. She's like, have they figured out my secret? And so along the way, she's trying to figure this out. But I love a mystery, even though I love romance and I write romance. Every one of
Mm-hmm.
my books will probably have a little bit of a whodunit. So
Mm-hmm.
far, no one has figured out who it is until I tell them. So I challenge the reader. If you're reading it
Ooh,
and you figure it out, if you email me, go to my little nifty website and email me. I will tell you, if you promise not to go and tell everybody, who it
right.
is. But if you guess, I will tell you nobody has figured it out. So I love that about it.
Nice.
And then along the way, she also encounters her potential mate.
Oh,
And we're not sure if it's one or two or three, because she encounters
ooh.
three regional alphas who kind of like, was like, wow,
Okay.
about her. So there is that. So it's got some spice in there, I've been
Awesome.
told. But I love that I wrote it where I do give you clues,
Mhm.
but nobody figured it out. And so
Until
I
the
love it
very end when you reveal it in
when
the
I
book.
reveal it.
They
I
go,
mean, I even had
"What?"
family members, like my brother called me screaming at me. He was like, I'm not usually able to call the authors and scream at them, but because I know who you are,
Oh, nice.
yes, I get to scream at
Gee,
you.
thanks, I think.
Yes. But I said, I want everybody to feel all the things.
Mhm.
I want you to laugh. I want you,
Mhm.
unfortunately, to be sad. I want you to get a little spicy. And then I want you to be happy at the end. Um, and to be thinking like, who is this? Who could this be? Did they figure it out?
Mhm.
So, and I also give some things to kind of throw you off, so you're thinking, oh my gosh, is it
Oh.
them? I had one person, she was like, I think it's this guy. And I'm like, but I also think he may be her mate. And I'm like, wow, so you think her mate is it? But so it was fun. It was it,
Mhm.
it was fun. It was fun to write.
Awesome. So with your writing, this is your debut set, duology.
Yes.
Which I think is a great premise to do, is to come out with 2 so close together,
Mhm.
and you're right. I mean, me personally, I don't know as though I would buy a 700-page book from a well-known author. I mean, even then, I'm still going, It'll look nice on the shelf though, but
Mhm. Will I read it?
well,
Yes.
exactly. And I think having the two, that is that is great. With this, what style writer are you? Are you a passionate plotter or are you a pantser?
I am a pantser.
I love it.
And
I
I am
I
an
I've got to start.
overwriting pantser at that. I I will go on a tangent,
Mhm.
but I will have the ending before I have the middle or the beginning. And writing this, I didn't realize I was a pantser. I just was getting
Oh.
scenes. And so I was just writing everything. I just had
Mhm.
one big Word document writing. There were no quotation marks for conversations. It was just, I wrote it. And I ended up having 265,000 words written.
Wow.
And then my sister, who is a teacher, said,
Mhm.
wow, this is good, but it's a lot. So
Yeah.
then I went through and I had to say, which now I learned these are called darlings. There, I had
Mhm.
to pull out things that didn't move her story forward, even if they were interesting.
Yep.
And it's crazy because I had beta readers, and so they were like, I can't wait to find out what happens with with one of the characters. And I'm like, oh, but I had to pull his stuff out. I wrote a filler character because I needed a character that would let the reader understand how comfortable these three regional alphas are together, because they're
Mhm.
friends, but nobody knows they're friends. They've been secret friends since alpha training. Yet
Oh.
she just took on a life of her own in my book. And I'm like, wait a minute, but it's not about Sarah. It's about Jaden. So then I had to pull everything out from Sarah that didn't move Jaden's story forward. So by the time I got finished, I ended up pulling out about 24,000 words. That still
Mm.
left me with 226,000 words. And I literally pushed this book back from, because I originally was going to come out in 2024. It got
Mm.
pushed back to 2025 because I kept going back and forth
Mhm.
with my beta readers, with with family who are avid readers, about
Mhm.
one thick book or two books. I finally just said, go the safe route, give them a
Yeah.
chance, because you're asking them to even give you a chance, because book one is 450 pages. So you're
Ooh.
still asking them to give you a chance with 450 pages, because that's where it felt like a good spot for
Yeah.
me to cut it off. And so, yeah, it was tough. But I always wanted it to be one book. So I decided for my 1 year anniversary, I was going to do two things. I'm going to make it a limited special edition with a prologue that isn't in book one and two, and a novella of all of the things I pulled from the book on the
I
two
was just gonna
characters.
ask you about that, if Sarah's getting her own.
Yes. So Sarah and Samuel. Samuel he's important in the book, but his happily ever after wasn't. So all the things that was that I took out. And then him and Sarah ended up being two people that provided information that Jaden needed. So I
Okay.
gave you that information, but you didn't know how they got that information. So
Okay.
with my limited special edition, which I did a whole nother book cover.
That is cool.
This is it.
Wow.
Now, my limited special edition will not be a paperback. It will be a hardcover. It will
Okay.
be debosed. It's going to have edge art. It is going to have
It's gonna be
character
a
art pages
spectacular
throughout.
library edition.
Yes. So I got it as this paperback because I wanted to just be able to work through it, fill it, edit
Mhm.
all that other stuff I have to do with it. So I did it as a paperback. But you will get the limited special edition hard copy, which does have NSFW art in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you will get that. And then you will get the novella, which I actually finished. but I have to do like my first edits. It's I added to it to make it be a story, so it ended up it's like 45,000 words.
Oh, okay.
So it's a novella. So you'll get that with the limited special edition. But I also am having the audiobook done as an omnibus. So
Oh.
it's going to be a 24-hour audiobook, and I'm going to offer it as I like to call it Zen's Den immersive experience, where you will get the audiobook and the ebook together.
Hmm.
And I've already they start recording May of 2026 because I want it to come out for my July 1 year anniversary. So it will release on my 1 year anniversary. So
Nice.
I'm excited about that. And I like to
So
give away
much.
goodies.
So you've got all of this surrounding your essentially your first book
Hmm.
because the duology in reality was meant to be as one.
Yes.
Um, do you see more books and what genres would you put those other books into?
So, yes, I do because I wrote my Dragon Shifter book, and even she is a standalone.
Okay.
She will be my first little taste of a morally gray main female character because
Oh.
my characters like to tell me things. And
Mhm.
so when I was writing her, she is about 96,000 words.
Okay.
So smaller, but you will get updates because Jaden does show up for a minute in Destiny's book, and some other characters from Jaden's story will show up in this book as well.
Oh.
So, one of the characters I fell in love with, Edmund, he shows up in Destiny's book.
Mhm.
So you will find out that they're in connecting worlds. So
Mhm.
even though there will be standalones, so like yes, you will get other characters from Jaden's original story.
Mhm.
Like I started, I wrote an epilogue, and my epilogue was 3,600 words. And my brother said, "That's way too long for an epilogue. What did you do?" I said, "Well, this scene just started always coming to me, and it's in
Mhm.
regards to Jaden's heritage, like her parentage, which you don't find out about in this book. So
Oh.
it won't be a true prequel, but you will learn about her parents in it because it affects something that's happening to her in the present.
Okay.
So that book started. So they will interconnect. And I have a vampire book that will come out in October. I
Ooh, good
haven't
month
finished.
for it to come out.
Yes, great time. I haven't finished writing Victoria because she's still talking to me.
Okay.
Um, but I've probably got like 20 something incomplete chapters because
Mhm.
when scenes come, I write them. And
Okay.
then I have to go back and say, okay, now what do I need to make this, to flesh this out, to make this make sense,
Mhm.
and to still keep my mystery because once again, there will be a mystery. And she will be a little bit historical because
Oh.
she's turned in 1870, but she
Ooh.
is the head of a vampire cove by the time we come to 2025.
Ooh.
So, and she shows up in Destiny's book.
I love
So,
when people do that and they put
yes.
this
So,
character shows up in this book and that book.
yes.
Yep.
But I do think I love paranormal. I love
Mhm.
shifters because I get to do unrealistic things with them.
Mhm.
But I will say I'm not really fantasy because I don't want to build a whole new world. I did an interview and someone told me that I do magical realism. So I
Yeah.
write it as if it's just it's there. That's how it is. There's I don't have
You're
to
still
build.
on Earth. You're still in the real
Yes.
world.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay.
So I'm excited. And I feel busy. I feel really busy.
So you've got these wonderful worlds that you live in with these characters. Um, what is your daily life like? What is your day job, or is this your day job?
It is now becoming my day job. I am an accountant by profession. I've
Okay.
been an accountant for over 20 years. I work for myself, so I have
Ah,
clients.
okay.
But since 2023, I have slowly been less clients, more writing. And
Okay.
so my husband's now retired. My kids
Mm.
are now all grown. My daughter's 23. She's graduated from college. So I could
Oh.
be a little bit less um, responsible with my finances.
Coming from an accountant.
Yes, I could be a little bit less responsible and say, you know, we really just have to make sure we're taking care of us and I have a Maine Coon kitty somewhere around here. Um,
Oh.
so I said, okay, I can do this. And then I I was going to try to go the route of a traditional agent. Um, I had an offer from an agent, but the accountant in me read the contract and was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I know
I love
business.
it.
I'm going to try this myself. I signed an NDA that said I won't disclose all of that information, which I'm fine with that. And I decided to do it myself. So I created a business. Magnolia Xen LLC is my publishing company. And I started doing all of the business things that I know to do. And so far, it's been good. I'm not going to say that I thought it would go well. Business Mind says at least the first 2 years, expect awful. I have not had awful. I have not had awful. And every time someone orders a book, I'm surprised. I'm like, oh my God, somebody wants to read this. And in the beginning, I couldn't afford an editor, and I went through it 17 times. I listened to
Wow.
it, everything, and you still catch stuff. So now I
Mhm.
said, you know what? I have an editor. So I got an editor, and I have an editor go back through. And so I am I'm doing the edits to books 1 and 2 because
Mhm.
she did it. I had her do my omnibus.
Mhm.
So I've updated book 1. I am going through. I'm got like 12 chapters less. I'm going to update book 2 because every time I go through, I catch something, I edit it. If somebody leave a review and they say something, I go and I edit it because I'm also like a little bit OCD and professionalist. So, but now it's a professional editor. And so she will get all of everything now after that. So I was like, oh, thank God, because I read through it so many times and I'm like, how is these words together? How is there a period that, yeah, it's the worst part of it, really.
Well, and part of that is that you are so close to it. You
Mhm.
wrote it, you've gone through it 17 times.
Oh my God.
Your brain is actually putting things in there that aren't there.
Yes. Because she showed me that. She was
Yeah.
like, she had all these like question marks. She was like, well, what does this mean? And I'm like, what do you mean? What does this mean? She was like, yeah, but you told me that, but you didn't tell the reader that. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then you know what my biggest thing was, which I didn't realize, I didn't understand this, I guess as a new author, point of views.
Mhm.
So if I say this is Jaden's point of view, I then can't, in that same paragraph, have, even if she's having a conversation with Samuel, I can't have Samuel speaking in his head during
Nope.
Jaden's point of view. I had no idea I couldn't do that. I thought as long as it was
Ah.
still in the same paragraph as his conversational words, it was okay. It wasn't.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's called head hopping, and it gets very confusing. Yes.
And you know what I said? I said, how did these people understand my book? Like, I had a couple of people that were like, it was a little confusing, but I was able to understand it and get through it, and it was so good. And then I had, I got my one person gave me a 1-star review and was like, and it wasn't even about that. It was, she was confused about how I said, she said, well, Jaden read like a 13-year-old, but she didn't understand something about sex. And I'm trying to figure out where did she get confused at. But I have not had any like really, really bad reviews or anybody be like, I DNF'd this because I couldn't even read it. So I said maybe they're just DNFing it and not saying anything, because according to my editor, even I was like, how have they been understanding this to give me a review? Like, and so maybe that's why I don't have as many, because I'm like, I had like 4,220 peak downloads in November.
Mhm.
That put me on, I made number one for the Amazon bestseller for that week.
Mhm.
Those people I don't have 4,200 reviews. And
Yeah,
so
no, you won't.
I'm like, what the heck happened? But now I feel good because I'm like, oh, it's been edited.
Well, and reviews, it is really hard to get people to review stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like, and I know I'm guilty of this. Amazon sends the little email that says, "Hey, how'd you like this transaction?" And I look at it and I read it and I go, "Oh, I liked it." And I keep going.
Yes. Hmm.
Well,
You don't go
nobody
anything.
heard me say
I liked it.
I liked
Yes.
it because I
And
was sitting at home and I didn't press a button,
I,
and I can like it all I want, but
yeah, but you
unless
don't tell
I
anybody.
go on to Amazon or Goodreads and
Yeah.
actually press the buttons and type in the review,
You.
nobody knows my thoughts.
Yeah. So I said,
We are not
okay,
that advanced yet.
that's the bane of every author's existence. So
Yes.
I said, okay, so I'm good. I'm just gonna be like, okay, maybe they were like other people and they were like, I was able to understand it, so it's good.
Yeah.
So, but I did. I had said I have like an author coach, and I said to him, well, maybe I can have like those people that bought the book. If they like email me, I'll send them an updated copy. And he was like, no, no, you're
No.
not going to do that. You're not going to do that.
Nope.
He said, just fix it and then just leave it. It's out there in the world. There's nothing you can do about it. He said, are you crazy? And I was thinking, I was like, well, for what year one, I only sold like 384 books. I maybe could try to do it, like, and give those people back. He said, no, don't do it.
No.
I said, okay. I apologize, though. I apologize.
It's a learning curve, and that's the
Mhm,
great thing about being an indie author is that you do have control over that.
mhm,
You do have full control over who edits your book.
mhm,
Whether or not you accept their edits, you don't have to just go, "Oh, well, they're an editor, they know what they're doing,
mhm.
and I'm just gonna accept their edits."
Yes.
You don't have to do that.
Yes.
You can go, I mean, there's some things that, there's just not that hill to die on.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
sometimes it's like, okay, we'll go with that correction.
Hmm.
And but if there's something that maintains your voice, you definitely get, and that's what I love about indie authors is that we get
Yes.
that choice.
Yes, I do. Because I like it that she will say, what did you mean? What
Mhm.
were you trying to say here?
Yeah.
And then there's where she'll be like, this is a made up word. And
Yeah.
I will be like, yes, but I made it up for a reason. So
Yeah.
it has to stay there. Like it's part of her personality. Like Jaden will say things like, I accidentally on purpose did this. Like, I want y'all to know I'm going to act like it was an accident, but I did it on purpose. And she kept saying, you can't say it like that. Like, that's not proper English. But I was like, but it's her personality. It's not
Yeah.
about proper English. It's about that's how she'll say to let the reader know. And then by the time you get to later in the book, nobody is even noticing it because they already used to, she'll say, accidentally on purpose. She was like, but nothing is accidentally on purpose. And I'm like, yeah, for Jaden, it's accidentally on purpose. So that
Mm,
was one that she was like, but okay, but accidentally on purpose, I know it doesn't make English sense, but it
right.
makes Jaden sense. And so she was like, okay, but
Exactly. It's
yes, but I like
your
that she did at
yeah.
least come to me and say, what are you trying to say with this? She
Mhm.
didn't just be like, no, because this isn't proper English or whatever. So now
So
we're good. And I love her.
so who did your book covers? Did you do your book covers or did you have someone do it for you?
I create.
Okay.
And then my amazing daughter, who graduated from USF with her bachelor's degree in design and computer animations, do everything. She does
Ooh.
my book covers, she does my artwork. Anything that
Oh.
is creative, I come up with the idea and
Yep.
she brings it to life for me. And then if I use something that's stock, most everything I use is stock,
Mhm.
but I will edit it. And
Mhm.
then some things I pay an artist to draw.
Okay.
Like my first book, I commissioned someone who was in college with my daughter to
Mhm.
draw this for me.
Okay.
And she didn't do this one for me. I used stock and then I added different things. So like when you look at my book cover, I
Mhm.
use the stock face and then I will get hair from somewhere, crown from somewhere, and pull them all together and add stuff to it to make it look uniquely me. And I'll use Canva Pro for that.
Okay.
She drew my dragon, and then I did the
Ooh.
same thing with this, but I had someone. So it will always be a compilation of drawing. So like she did this and that's it. She drew
Okay.
me the eye. Everything else I pulled in like elements,
Mhm.
stars, uh
Yeah.
role. So that's what I do. So I will imagine it. I do that with like my banner. I was like, I
Mhm.
write a book and I want everything. So you got different witches, and I'll pull like the little stock dragons with fire. And then my daughter does this amazing thing where she makes it feel like it's on the paper. I'm like, how'd you do that? I just sat it there. She was like, well, you gotta work with the shadows and the flames and all that stuff. So I am lucky because one, she got her degree in this. And
Mhm.
two, the market right now isn't great and she doesn't have a job. So I pay her
I love it.
so I pay her dirt cheap to do it for me.
So, does she do work like that for others? Would she do work like that for others?
She I told her she should.
Mhm.
She doesn't because she doesn't consider what she does for me as a real job. So she isn't confident enough to want to charge people. She just think I'm her mother and I'm just giving her money. She doesn't feel confident. When we went to the first event, um, this drew so many people to my table, and I would
Mhm.
look at my daughter and go, she still doesn't believe it. So many compliments on this book cover, and she still
Mhm.
doesn't feel like she doesn't have that confidence. So she hasn't put her stuff. I'm like, well, put it on Fiverr and see if someone. I tell everybody my daughter does all of my artwork.
Mhm.
And then my son has his MFA in film. He right
Oh.
now does production for the CDC because he had to get a real job. So he does production for CDC until he could make enough money doing film on his own to not need to pay his own bills. So whenever I do like those little video clips, I send it to him. Sometime my son, he's in college now, he'll make like music for me to add to it and stuff.
Mhm.
So I've got a pretty creative little crew around me. I said, if you
Nice.
all just come and work for me,
Right?
we could really get this going. But right now, it's my daughter. So she does, I will come up with it. Like, I'm very creative. I will come up with the ideas, but she will make it happen. I'll be like, well, this is what I want. I was like, I want you to figure out how we're going to have a crown with the
Mhm.
claws in it and stuff. And you can't tell that this was different from this. And
Yeah.
then she puts it together, and she's in there on this little computer doing all these little parts with the thing. And I'm like, oh well, that looks great. How long is this going to be? She's like, long. It's going to be long. So it has
Translation:
trained.
leave me alone, mom. Let me do my thing.
Yes, it has trained me to come up with my book covers before I'm even finished the book. Like I have
Yeah.
book covers before because I know it's going to take her forever if I come at her and I've got this one little, I like this face. But it's so good because I'm like, well, I like that stock body, but I don't like
Mhm.
that face. I send it to her. Can you put my character's face on there? And she's like, okay. So she does it. So I love it. I love it. And the good thing about having her is I don't have to fight with AI. I don't have to learn it.
Yeah.
I don't have to learn it. I don't have to learn it. I don't have to fight with people that don't like it. I'm like, nope, just give me a stock photo from Canva and my daughter will make it be what I want it to be. So
Yep.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky for that. Even though I think we're fighting against a tsunami, but okay. But
Yeah. We are.
yeah, but I definitely I hope that I get to keep her for cheap. For as long, for as long- I'm like, I pay for you to go to college. Like,
Yep.
you don't have debt. Like, I'm not saying free,
Right.
but definitely cheap.
Yep.
So she likes it. Plus she gets to learn new programs and stuff
Mhm.
that they didn't teach her in college. For me now, if I could get her to figure out how to do the videos faster, so like she's working on a reel for me,
Mhm.
because she's not doing AI yet. I told her, you have to learn it, but the artist in her is like, no.
Yeah.
So
It
for her
it's
to do a
it
reel,
really is a struggle.
yeah, for
Where
artistic people, yeah.
the AI is acceptable, because whether people like it or not, the spell check in your word has been AI
Yeah,
for
yes,
ages. So,
yes.
um, but I see both sides of it.
Oh, definitely.
Um, but I'm so glad that you have such a creative family. That is
Oh,
so awesome to be
yes,
able to have those basically in house.
yes. And I told my husband because he used to draw when he was little. I was like, you could
Mm.
like do some drawing for me. He was like, I had carpal tunnel. I'm not drawing. I'm like, okay, I have to. And then I told my son, eventually you're gonna be like making my movie, right? And he was like, you got spice in your books. I want to do horror. And I'm like, well, you can take that out and make it horror. So I'm trying to get him. I would love him to do it, but he doesn't have time because he made like short film. He's like, Ma, I made that short animated film through my whole year of my
Mhm.
master's program, and you want me to make it like in a few minutes without using AI. It's just not possible. And I'm like, okay. So eventually I think they're gonna fall in line. I think I don't blackmail them with taking them out of the will or something like that. Like,
Right.
yes, it is definitely something I would love to do. If they would all just be like, yeah, let's make mommy a New York Times bestseller by doing all these like great things, I would love it.
Right?
But yeah, they're
Maybe
like, no.
someday.
Yeah, they like, no. I'm telling you, the only reason my daughter do it is really because she's got free room and board and nothing else to do, and she does it, and she still. I'd be like, well, like you went to school for this. Why is it taking so long? And even though she will read and go through my book, what she will not do is NSFW art for me.
Hmm.
So I had to hire another artist, and she was like, "Well, you're not gonna go if the people did your book covers." I was like, "No, that's my daughter, and she don't want to do NSFW art for me. So you get the job."
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great getting to know you,
Thank
and
you. I'm
and
excited to show up for the event. I'm so excited.
oh, it's gonna be so much fun. We have so many different genres that are gonna be there. We're like
Mhm.
right around 50 different genres.
Ooh.
I can cheat and look at my spreadsheet. Around 140 book titles. We're gonna have 34 authors, which includes myself and my assistant. And so And this is the part that always blows my mind. We are going to have 8 different states represented.
Wow.
So it
That's
is going to be
nice.
a really good time. There's going to be plenty of books for everyone. We have a little bit of everything and so much variety. Plus, we're going to have mini pancake vendor. We're going to have
Wow.
non-alcoholic beverage bar. They're right inside, so you don't even have to leave to do that.
Oh, very
Uh,
nice.
Greer Goes Global is having their international festival just down the road from us, in the park. So it's a full day right downtown Greer. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm
Fingers
excited.
crossed for good weather. Uh,
Yes. I was in New York for an author signing event this past weekend. It was 10 degrees. It felt like negative 13.
well,
And people still showed up.
that's good because we're going to be, this is a primarily indoor event, and it's just it's going to be so much fun. We're going to have a blast. There's going to be so much. Plus, we have our passport to reading, where r- customers and readers get to come in. They get entries for every author they visit. They get entries for
Oh,
every book they purchase,
wow, very
and then
nice.
they go into a drawing, and that drawing gives them a box of books.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
So
I like that.
we've got some stuff going on, and who knows what else is going to appear between now and the end of April. We have
Sounds like fun.
some things in mind. We'll see what actually comes to fruition in between now and then. So
Well, I'm excited to see. I can't wait to come.
I know it'll be so exciting, and I can't wait to meet you in person. Thank you
Yes, me too.
so much for taking time out of your day to come on here and share with
Yes.
us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. I love it.